Another way to convert color photos to black and white is to use the channel mixer adjustment layer. If you open up princess.jpg again and we look at red channel, green channel, blue channel, we did that technique where we use certain channels at 100% and masked out certain areas. We just converted channels to layers. This is kind of similar to that, but it's using an adjustment layer, so it gives us a little bit more control. So if we look at this on the channels panel, red, maybe we wanted the skin tone area to use red, and then maybe for green we want to use maybe the eyes and the lips and the hair, and maybe in blue, maybe even the background, or maybe we just want to use red and green. Whatever the case, go ahead and click on Create a New Adjustment Layer icon on the bottom of the Layers panel, and then go to Channel Mixer. And the Channel Mixer does just that. It mixes the channels a certain way, and we can actually click on Monochrome, and by default it's 40% red, 40% green, 20% blue. Notice that adds up to 100%. And so let's just say on this one we want to focus on the hair. So if you click that red to the left, notice the total is now down to 81%. And you can bring this one back up. And the idea is we mix it so it looks good to us. If you hover over this, it's saying, hey, the total is greater than 100%, so it's not perfectly at 100%. Then you make it 100%, then it won't have that warning there anymore. The idea is that we're editing this so it looks good as far as the tone goes on the hair. And there's a couple presets here, custom, black and white infrared. You can check all those out, but if you like the percentage that you have now and you think you'd want to use it another time, we can click right below the X right up here and go Save Channel Mixer Preset. Then it would be under the custom preset from then on. But let's just say we like that, and that's Channel Mixer 1, so I can actually click that and just say Use for the hair. We can actually add another Channel Mixer adjustment layer. And on this one, I'm going to just look at the skin tone and just experiment with these different levels. And however we wanted it to look. And then we could have that just be the skin tone. Now, let's just say back on our RGB, all right? Let me go back here. Let me adjust the opacity of that. Let's say the green we wanted 100% for the hair, and then the blue we wanted for the skin. All right. We could do that by just going to green 100%, and then on red, we could actually just go to 0, and then blue 0. And then for this other one, let's just say I'm going to rename it skin tone. And for this one, let's say we wanted to make blue 100%, and then red and green 0%. That's kind of like as if we just took those and copied them and pasted them in as new layers, kind of like our other technique. The problem is this top one is covering up, the bottom one, and paint a little bit of black and use the brackets on the keyboard. Make sure you put monochrome. So you saw why that was doing that, because I forgot to hit monochrome. So make sure you hit monochrome. All right, so we've got hair here. I'm just going to paint through here. You can see it adding up over there. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. And you can see the mask over here. Now, if you wanted everything but that mask masked out on the one below it, just like our other technique, we can do Alt or Option on the Mac, Alt on the PC, then hold Shift and click and drag that mask onto the other mask. All right, and there's a little bit of color popping through, of course, so we would need to adjust that. We can paint a little bit more white on this one, or we could paint a little bit more on the other one, but I'm just going to do that. All right, so it's kind of like our other technique that we were doing where we used one channel as one layer and another channel as another layer, But with this one, if we end up, okay, we don't like it just being at 100% blue, we can still adjust it after the fact. So that's why I think it's a little bit better to use the channel mixer layer than just copying and pasting layers. All right, so there's before, and there's one adjustment layer with the mask, second adjustment layer with the mask. So that's the channel mixer adjustment layer. It can also be pretty useful for these customizable black and white conversions when we really want to just have more control over the tonality of the red, the green, and the blue channels.